Japan may have just handed XRP the biggest opportunity of the decade. While everyone is focused on the yen weakening and government bonds plummeting, something much bigger is happening behind the scenes. And XRP could be at the center of it all. Before we dive deeper, make sure to smash that like button and drop a comment. Do you think XRP could help solve Japan's 10 trillion debt crisis? Here's the reality. Japan's national debt has now surpassed $10 trillion, which is more than 263% of its GDP, the highest among all major economies. For decades, the Bank of Japan maintained stability by printing money and purchasing government bonds. Essentially, they were creating money to pay off their own bills. But in 2024, everything changed. The Bank of Japan began scaling back. Bond yields spiked. Borrowing became more expensive. Institutions panicked. Pension funds and insurance companies scrambled, selling US bonds and foreign assets to raise cash. The global markets responded immediately. Bitcoin dropped 17% in just 2 days. Ethereum, Solana, and other altcoins were hit hard. Yet, amidst this chaos, XRP started gaining traction. And there's a reason why. Crises expose inefficiencies in traditional systems, and XRP is designed to solve them. Fast settlement, liquidity management, and seamless cross-border transactions. Now, consider the implications. Japan's finance ministry has even hinted at a nuclear option, potentially selling huge portions of US treasuries to leverage their position. This could destabilize global markets, spike interest rates, and shake confidence in the dollar. When trust in the traditional financial system falters, nations and institutions search for neutral, reliable alternatives. That's where XRP could play a crucial role. Japan isn't new to XRP. In 2021, SBI Remit, the largest money transfer company in Japan, partnered with Ripple to launch on-demand liquidity, ODL, using XRP. By early 2025, more than $3.7 billion had already flowed through these corridors, transferring money between Japan, the Philippines, Indonesia, and Vietnam with unmatched speed and efficiency. Even more compelling, SBI Holdings, a major Japanese financial institution, holds a significant stake in Ripple and has publicly stated that XRP is its preferred bridge asset. Japan also has a regulated XRP exchange, SBI VC Trade, dedicated exclusively to XRP trading. Imagine this scenario. Japan leverages XRP to handle domestic and international financial flows efficiently. Each transaction not only moves money faster, but also reduces friction and costs in ways that the traditional banking system never could. This would significantly increase XRP adoption and demand, potentially influencing price positively over the long term. And it doesn't stop there. XRP has a built-in burn mechanism, meaning a small amount of XRP is destroyed with every transaction. This reduces total supply, creating scarcity as usage grows. Combine that with potential institutional adoption by banks around the world, and you have a formula that could push XRP's value upward, especially in the context of Japan's $10 trillion debt problem. Here's a historical analogy. Think about the railroads in the 1800s. Before the rails, trade was slow, expensive, and risky. Once the tracks were laid, entire cities flourished and fortunes were minted. XRP today is like the railroads, the infrastructure that could underpin a new era of global finance. Japan's debt crisis is the catalyst that could accelerate its adoption. Now, some skeptics may argue, XRP is just another cryptocurrency, it can't solve national debt. But consider this, Japan has already integrated XRP into real banking operations. This isn't theory, it's practice. And as cross-border settlements increase, and as ISO messaging standards take hold globally, XRP's role as a bridge currency could become indispensable. Let's zoom out. This isn't just about Japan. If XRP proves its utility there, it sets a precedent for adoption in other countries facing financial stress or inefficiencies. Governments, central banks, and major financial institutions could start integrating XRP to move money faster, cheaper, and more transparently than the current SWIFT system allows. And here's where it gets really interesting. With Japan leading the way, other Asian financial markets could follow suit. Imagine XRP being used for instant settlements across ASEAN nations, backed by regulated banks and governments. This could fundamentally shift the way global finance operates, making XRP not just a speculative asset, but a critical piece of infrastructure for the 21st century financial system. Think about it like this. XRP adoption in Japan is like the introduction of the telegraph after the Pony Express. The system was outdated, slow, and inefficient. The telegraph didn't just improve communication, it transformed economies. XRP could have a similar effect on global finance. And while the price might not skyrocket overnight, the structural demand created by institutional and governmental adoption could steadily push XRP upward, especially if token burns and liquidity demand combine over time. So, here's the bottom line. Japan's $10 trillion debt crisis might just be the unexpected catalyst that XRP needs to move from a niche bridge asset to a global financial standard. Those paying attention today could be witnessing the early stages of a massive transformation in money, banking, and global financial infrastructure. Do you believe XRP can become Japan's secret weapon against debt? Smash that like button, share your thoughts below, and stay tuned for more insights on XRP, Ripple, and the financial systems reshaping the world.